You know that moment when you walk into your own bathroom, the one you cleaned just a few days ago, and something just feels off. The floor looks fine at first glance, but the longer you stare, the more you notice it. The grout is darker than it should be. There's that faint ring starting to form again around the base of the toilet. And the tiles have this dull, foggy layer like someone wiped them with a film that never fully came off. And what makes it more frustrating is you already cleaned it. You already scrubbed, already mopped, already did everything you thought was right, and yet it still doesn't look truly clean. The problem isn't that you're not cleaning enough, it's that most bathroom cleaning methods were never designed for what's actually happening on your floor. Because what you see as dirt is usually not just sitting on the surface. Take grout, for example. It's porous, which means it behaves more like a sponge than a solid surface. Every bit of moisture, soap, and grime slowly gets absorbed into it over time. So instead of staying on top where it can be wiped away, it sinks inside the material. That's why scrubbing feels like it's working in the moment, but the results never fully last. You're cleaning the surface of something that has already gone deeper than the surface. And then there's the second problem most people completely overlook. That white or yellowish crust forming near the toilet base, or along edges where water collects, isn't regular dirt. That's mineral buildup from water. And minerals don't behave like normal grime. They don't just sit loosely on a surface waiting to be wiped away. They actually bond and harden over time. So when people scrub harder, they're trying to physically remove something that is chemically attached. That's why no matter how much effort goes into it, it keeps coming back. It's not about effort. It's about the wrong type of cleaning approach. So the real shift happens when you stop thinking in terms of scrubbing and start thinking in terms of reactions. Because instead of trying to force dirt off the surface, you can actually break it down so it releases on its own. And once you understand that, the entire process becomes easier and faster. Start by clearing your bathroom floor completely. Remove mats, trash cans, anything that's in the way. Then do a quick dry sweep just to remove loose dust and hair. This step might seem small, but it matters. Because if you add liquid on top of loose debris, you're just turning it into a muddy layer that spreads instead of cleaning. Now, prepare a simple solution. Take a spray bottle and add warm water, white vinegar, and a few drops of dish soap. Nothing complicated, nothing expensive. Each part plays a role. The vinegar helps break down mineral buildup. The dish soap helps lift oils and grime, and the warm water helps everything mix and spread evenly. On their own, they're simple ingredients, but together, they start changing how buildup behaves on the surface. Now here's the step most people skip. Take baking soda and lightly sprinkle it across the floor, especially along grout lines. Not thick, not heavy, just a light even layer. This step creates a reactive surface. Instead of just cleaning a flat floor, you're now creating a surface that actively responds when the solution is applied. That's what makes the difference later. Now spray your vinegar solution evenly over the baking soda. The moment it hits, you'll see fizzing start. And that fizz isn't just visual. It's a reaction-releasing gas that helps loosen buildup trapped inside grout and surface pores. It physically agitates areas that scrubbing alone often can't reach. But this is where most people make a mistake. They rush it. Don't rush it. Let it sit for a few minutes and allow the reaction to do its work. This is the part where most of the cleaning actually happens. After a few minutes, take a mop and go over the floor gently. No hard scrubbing, no pressure. Just slow, even passes. What you're doing now is not forcing dirt off the surface. You're simply removing what has already been broken down and released. If there's a stubborn spot, don't fight it aggressively. Just reapply a small amount of baking soda, give it a short moment, and move on. Once that's done, do a final rinse with clean water and let the floor dry. As it dries, you'll start noticing the difference. The grout looks lighter, the edges around the toilet lose that built-up ring, and the tiles start to regain their natural shine instead of that dull, cloudy finish. But the biggest change isn't just how it looks, it's how little effort it actually took to get there. No exhausting scrubbing, no back pain, no frustration, just a simple reaction doing the heavy lifting instead of your hands. And the real secret to keeping it that way isn't repeating deep cleaning every time things look bad, it's maintenance. Once a week, a quick light spray of vinegar and water, let it sit for a minute, then a quick mop is enough to stop buildup before it becomes visible again. You're not fixing a problem anymore, you're preventing it from forming in the first place. So the next time your bathroom starts to look a little off, don't immediately think you need more effort. Think about whether you're using the right method. Because once you shift from scrubbing harder to using the right reaction, cleaning stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a system that actually works. And I'm curious, when was the last time you cleaned your bathroom and still felt like it wasn't truly clean afterward? And which part of this surprised you the most? The grout absorbing dirt or the mineral buildup being something you can't scrub away?